it says on the big screen above the court, and we're all set to go with Japan in blue serving to the Netherlands in their famous orange. Who will get this first morale-boosting point? Big hit there for Ishikawa, the captain, and that's gone straight out. First point to the Netherlands, just to settle a few nerves, because you can sense the butterflies. They haven't played an international for what seems like ages, and here we are now, all ready to go. We're on court. It's very close to the net, but the block is there. Bayerns was there, Dambrink was there, but couldn't keep Wada at bay.
Now watch for how organized Japan is. This might be their first test of the year, but they always come in with such good ball control, and it's something that the Netherlands are watching for. Felix Kovlowski talking to me before the match that he wishes this was the last game of VNL for these two teams.
They are so skillful. Their defense is absolutely magnificent. And that's gone high, and that's in trouble. Didn't get over, so Japan starting strongly. Good serve from Ishikawa, one of the best servers in the world. It's wonderful to see how she will develop as well, because Koga has been there for so long, and Ishikawa has been a quiet presence, just like her brother is the captain of the men's Japanese team. What a proud moment for their family. Picked off on toes by Kuipers. Ooh, that's a great hit. Indy Bayerns on her way to Nevada in the Italian League, her third Italian club in about 3 months it seems, but she wants regular first team volleyball, and that's why. What a good hit that was.
Bayerns got up there, nice attack.
He couldn't get it to ground. Bayerns on the slide attack and puts it straight out, looking to get a bit of a touch. Didn't find one.
I like that they went back to her 2 times in a row, because she had that fantastic quick attack out of the middle. They're making the Japanese block respect Bayerns from all positions right now. It's okay that she misses, because it's like, okay, Japan has to make sure that they are willing to block her on that side.
She's going to be a key player. Ooh, that's not the best serve reception by Iris Voss. Chance, big chance now. Seki has a look. Doesn't go down from Shimimura. Dambrink doesn't quite get hold. She tried to cut that ball across. What a good dig that was. Brilliant by Dambrink. Expertly played. That'll lift the Dutch and Jette Kuipers on her debut.
I am so impressed right now by this Dutch defense. Their serve receive has been a bit shaky. They have not been able to get it up to Von Allen yet, but what they're doing is they're recovering when they're playing defense.
We know so much about Japanese defense. It's a byword for brilliance. Shimamura on the slide. Yoshino, long way off. Oh, puts it. That's what she's been doing absolutely day in, day out, week in, week out for NEC Red Rockets. First point.
And Yoshino with a really tough attack here. That's something that Ferhat Akbaş has asked from his team. He says that Japanese brand is sometimes to be a bit soft at the net. He wants them to be aggressive.
I wonder what Koga thinks of that. I think she ever held back, did she particularly? Nice touch. Did that go to ground? No, it didn't. Oh, what a good block. Oh, Bayerns, great defense again. They are so good, aren't they? And in the end, Japan take the point. Wonderful work.
It's the Kojima coverage that impressed me most. Here they go up. She first of all gets this dig, and then she pops the ball right back up off of that huge Dutch block. Just impressive work.
Cool by Rensink. And Dambrink comes charging through.
I like that Dambrink challenged the Japanese block on that one. She went right after it. I think she might have tried to be going off of hands, but just punches it through.
She's really developed. I remember her having to leave the VNL early. When you and I in Rimini, she had to go and do school exams. No exams now, she's passing every test. Shimamura on the slide and off the hands. 32 years old, she was excluded for some time from the front line, but here she is, back and hitting.
Stu, just a little late closing this block. Watch her arms reach, and that's why it's such a good thing for Shimamura to try to go off of those hands as she's moving.
First serve then from Yoshino. Third highest scorer in the Japanese league, and a mean serve too. And that's the first ace. How to settle nerves in one easy way.
Well, for the Netherlands serve receive, they have been attacked right now. That front row attacker that's on the position 4 right now, in this case Vosh, that's where Japan's going after. They are serving so tough, and Vosh just has to reset on that one.
That's a better pass. And that's a better hit too. Just what Stoop needed.
And you see why serve receive is so important, because here Von Allen didn't have to do any work. She had all of her attacker options open, and she decides to go for Stoop. And the crowd here in Ottawa is fired up.
But it's two different styles, isn't it? Because the Japanese, for those school children who are here for the first time watching them, they'll be utterly amazed at the way they just keep the ball in play. Good hit. Wada coming onto it.
That's that organization that you heard the coaching staff talking about before. Japan just executing so flawlessly. Great back row attack.
He's got a record in the VNL, don't forget, for Harakbas, because he took Croatia, winning the Challenger Cup, into the VNL for the first time. That's a good hit.
And also a smart place to attack. Shimomura, the middle blocker, she's playing defense because she just served. And if you're smart on the other team, you recognize that because the libero's not in. And of course, Kojima, one of the best in the world. So you actually try to go after that middle blocker, who's typically not as strong at defense.
It is Voss. Ooh, good effort. That wasn't too far wide. Lovely attempt there, just to vary it, and she knows it. And surely as a coach, you want your players to feel the chant. Be bold.
There's Kozlovsky.
Be proactive.
Telling me before, yeah, I brought a younger team. I just want to see leaders like Daldarup step up now.
If you're just joining us and wonder where Nika Daldarup is, she's got a slight shoulder strain, left shoulder. It's not the same one that she damaged and kept her out of play for, what, 6 months in under 23 to 24. So it's frustration for the captain, looking to bring her team together, a gel. Danbrink opens up again. Seki is there. Ishikawa sends it cross court, and there's absolutely nothing that Kuipers can do. Just opened up the court.
Yeah, Ishikawa with a great arm swing. She hits a heavy ball, but I keep going back to what Akbash said to the team. Get aggressive up at the net. Really whack that thing.
Well, very much what the captain did. Well read by Wada. Switch of play, boom! And has Yoshino got that? No, not quite. Just pushed it too long.
Yeah, Sato was hoping for that, right?
Welcome to international volleyball for those young Netherlands stars, all part of the FIVB empowerment program. Netherlands continuing to receive aid, financial aid in technical development and coaching, looking to build on their recent qualification for the Olympics in Paris last year. Chance now for Kuipers down the line. That was difficult. If you take it way off the net, it's coming over your right shoulder. Try put that over the net and hard.
Love that rally. Love that shot down the line from Kuipers. That's the first time we've seen the Japan defense really have to push back in position 1 and dig a deeper ball there. They did so well, they just couldn't get the attack.
3 points in it. Never looked like getting over the net. Just trying to apply that scoreboard pressure, isn't it? Although, surely as we've been talking about Felix Kozlovsky, this is a young team. He's not going to say, well, come on, you've got to do this. It's all about development, getting used to the stage. At least it's in play now, but there's a chance here for Seki. Wada. Wonderful. That's why she was one of the stars in the Olympics for Japan coming through, this young 23-year-old outside hitter.
It's such a quick set, though, outside. It's Seki. She's pushed forward, and so that makes it tough for the Dutch block to close it. And so I give all the props there to Japan for running a quick offense.
Guess what? They need a timeout. I'm not surprised.
So we got this ball up. We take the ball on here. We cannot control this serve. So go far. Let's push the ball up. And then let's switch quick for block and defense. In the end is what we said. They go fast. They go into the gap. They're going to the gap or they're pushing this tip there. Okay? Hey, let's be. Hey, let's push a little bit more. We can go more than that. Come on. Let's go.
So we heard voices from both coaches here. And one thing that I find interesting is that for Japan, Ferda Akash is the first foreign coach that the Japanese program has ever had. So typically, we've heard a lot of Japanese, but now we get to listen in and hear what he's saying in English. And he's saying push things, push things. You know, he knows he wants his team to be more aggressive. The Japan style, they play very controlled, very nice. They're a very nice team. He says, nah, don't be nice up at the net when you're attacking the ball.
He's learned a bit of Japanese in his time when he was assistant coach, and he said he's still going to be taught. He's learning fast. Very talented Turkish coach who's making a name for himself, and if he does well with Japan, there'll be some big nations looking as well. Not that Japan aren't a big nation, because they set the pace early on in Olympic volleyball history.
And here's Wada. Just clips the top of the block there, and I like her angle down the line.
Captain Ishikawa. Oh, my word. Is that ball being punctured?
What a solid attack out of the middle. That's the quickest attack we've seen the Dutch throw at us so far.
And that's what Indy Bayerns can do. There's no Juliet Lohaus here. Anna Bauscher's retired. Nova Marink, you know, is young left-handed or left-armed outside hitter. She's injured.
What a fantastic response from Japan. They gave back almost the exact same play out of the middle. It's Irie here. What a quick jump up. And look it, you see the block floating for the Dutch, and she goes right after that space that's open.
You could tell she was an outside hitter a few years ago. That's not the best pass. And that's another ace for Japan. Irie.
Well, one thing Japan has done throughout this first set is put a lot of pressure on the serve. They've been changing up their angle, as I mentioned, really going after that position 4, but there is a lot of heat on this ball.
2-in-2, Irie. And this is worrying for the Netherlands.
You can see they just spent a little extra time huddling up, talking about their serve receive, and you are going to see Felix Kovlovsky. He's calling a timeout right now.
Heads up.
Let's bring the shoulder back. Hey, let's go a little bit more aggressive against this serve. We are just waiting that the ball is coming. Let's go in, let's push this ball, let's bring it up in the middle, and we start to play. Then, hey, a little bit more sharper block and defense. Okay, so also middles. Let's stay really attentive here. We have to push quick. It's not about high. It's about quick, closing. The rest you have to organize with defense. Let's go. Let's go.
So we've seen the Japanese be really strong on their serve. Well, Kozlovsky is asking the same from the Dutch. He says we have to serve tough because right now they're making it too easy on Team Japan to get the side out. We're seeing great defense from both sides. I know that Japan has the reputation of good defense, but right now Japan is serving the Dutch off the court.
It's about not losing the confidence that propelled these players into this arena.
And you see a double substitution coming in for the Dutch as they want to try to get out of this rotation inside out. And that's a great middle attack. You see, sometimes you just need a different feeling on the court to change things up.
So we've got Hika Hiklema and Nicole van der Vos is coming in. So we've got a setter and an opposite. So they're changing things up. And here's another change. Hester Jasper.
Well, they've got a young team, and right now, Kovlovsky, he wants to evaluate everybody. If you're down by 7, as the Dutch are right now, great time to try that.
So she was here normally as a libero, but she's going to be used as an outside hitter. If the Dutch are finding it difficult and the Japanese are making things hard in defense, then he was going to send her on always, and that's a point.
Yoshino was so close on this attack to tagging that line, and that's a really good move by the Dutch to let it go.
At least they got the double figures, because at one stage Japan looked in awesome form. Lovely pass, what a great reception that was, and bang, that goes through.
We saw a little scary moment there under the net as Yoshino and one of the Dutch players were colliding under the net. That can be so scary. Just things got a little tight.
Seen a number of ankle injuries too often.
Makes me cringe.
Yes, look away now. Thankfully we're okay. Wada, another booming serve. What a good hit, that was lovely. Nicole van der Vossen.
Yeah, speaking of booming serve, that's a booming hit. You could just hear how much power she had on the ball from up here, that thud.
Played for Aachen in the German league, so Felix Kostlowski will have seen her regularly. 20-year-old on her debut in the VNL.
Yeah, Bayens by no means is making a debut, but she is also one of the rising stars for this Dutch team.
Yeah, it's a big vote of confidence to be picked up by Lorenzo Bernardi at Novara for next season. Scandici and Rubisante this year for the Dutch middle blocker. Wada just picking it up, no trouble at all, and then placing it beautifully. What a wonderful hit that was.
The precision on this hit was fantastic. She recognizes there's nobody in that deep 5 position, and that's a cutty shot. Just down the line, so deceiving.
Wow, and now it's Yoshino on serve. Good hit, lovely. Confidence there for Iris Foss.
And I'm watching Seki, the setter for Japan, just kind of laugh it off because she knows she got out there late. Watch this, there's no block on this attack, and Vosh just makes them pay.
Seki had gone too early. She thought it was going to the middle, and in fact it went far wider. However, it's still a lot of points to make up, 13-20. Japan firmly in control. New coach Fahad Akbas could not be happier. They've responded well so far. Lovely doing. Oh! Just coming in off the line for position for Boone, thank you, next.
Yeah, nice inside set too to Ishikawa. So it wasn't pushed out to the pin, it was inside a little bit more, as you'll see here. So she didn't have as much cross-court to work with, but she puts it more down to the middle of the court. And yeah, Japan all smiles after that point.
The net. This is double block waiting. Japan pole position to finish. Airi somehow kept up by Jesper, and then in the end, nothing that Yoshino could do cross court.
That was a very difficult hit for Vosh because she was way off of the net. Watch this. She has to come back inside and pull it cross court. And I think Japan's defense, given their reputation, could have done a better job of reading that play.
Wada coming at full tilt and brilliant in defense by the Dutch. Voss it was who kept it in play. Danbury will try to finish, and that looks good. Oh my word! She almost ended up in a rubbish bin, but Yoshino thought better of charging too far. This is the first set of the first match in the VNL. Do not get injured.
And Vosh with an incredible dig there. There was no block. The Dutch keep it alive, weather the storm, and what a rally.
Substitutions working, lifted spirits for the Netherlands. Go aggressive. That was the message in her mind. Go aggressive, go aggressive.
And Ishikawa, she saw 4 hands out there and she said, I don't care, I'm just going right at it. Gets the point.
gift, really. Straight back over. Free ball.
And I love the discipline from Irie too. Sometimes players can go up there, you see a free ball, you just want to, you know, unload on it, but she sees the position and she kind of gave a tip over, which obviously caused a lot of confusion for the Dutch D.
Good international experience there, Shorty. Headspace. Don't go for glory, just finish it. Big hit, not through. Block, watching, waiting, moving again. Nothing that Yoshino could do there in defense, so another point for the Netherlands. They're hanging on. But it's also when a coach learns about character and players, surely. Did the heads drop? Did they keep going for their shots? Were they still bold?
Yeah, that was a really interesting set choice too. Back row to Vosh, but not really in the pipe position.
Irons has to put this over. Free ball. So now, big chance. Seki takes a look. And then Irie just says, I'll have that and I'll set up set point. Next.
It's just such a calm attack. Some players go up there and they're just putting all their might into it. Irie, it's beautiful. It's poetry.
And Captain Ishikawa will now try to finish the job this first set.
There she is, though, really trying to go after that front row attacker in position 4. That's what has caused Japan to be up 24-17 in this first set.
So all now on Ellis Dambrink to keep the Netherlands in this first set. They're in play. What a great block. That is superb, supreme. It's Irie. She has been so impressive at the net. Hitting, blocking, and then serving as well. And the Japanese team take the first set by 25 points. So first serve then, Sarah von Hallen, the Dutch setter. Lovely little tip by Irie, well read by Stoet. First point off the hands for the Netherlands. Well, they took the first point in the first set. It didn't stand them in good stead, as you might say, because Japan came roaring back. Thoroughly enthralled, engaged by Japan. Wada doesn't get it through, so Dambrink will have a go down the line. Andrew Robb says, yep, that was in.
Dambrink had just one blocker, Ishikawa, and she goes after her hands, takes them. Great attack, and I like the start to this set right now. Very evenly matched, good defense.
That'll do nicely on the line. Going for the float and just out, not by much. Andrew Robb, the referee, has instant access to in or out.
And Kojima did a great job. We're seeing her right now, the libero for Team Japan, following that ball at the very last second, realizing it was going to be deep and lets it go out.
So Captain Ishikawa, first to serve in the second set for Japan, looking to build on that one set advantage. That's another big unleashed hit by Dambrink.
Very solid start here from the Netherlands. They lost set 1, a lot on their serve receive. They've come out with some strong serves, and here, nice defense. Dambrink pounds it down the line. But Jonathan, what they're doing is they're going after that serve. That was a big message from Koflowski to the Dutch. We've got to put pressure on our serve, and you're seeing that in that miss. That's a tough serve.
Tip. Beautifully read by Seki, plunging to the ground. That should have gone down. That should have been inside the white lines. It's gone wide from Stoet.
Stoet's going to want that one back because that's a great set. Watch how much power she's coming in with. But first of all, the Japan defense keeping this ball alive. And I think she just mishandled that on her hand.
Chances like that got to be taken. That's a bit better. Key that she won the point.
And also really good that Von Allen decided to go back to Stoet. keep giving her that confidence. When a middle blocker misses a hit, you want to say, no, it's okay. I still know you can do this. Give it back to her, and here, redemption.
It's like a free hit, surely, this match, in a sense. I'm well aware, as you said, that Kostlovsky is the worst team to play, but actually, another way, spin it around, could be the best, because the pressure's off, because this is a team ranked 7 in the world, they're higher than the Netherlands, they are a top team, and they've got some really experienced players, and also a player like Yoshino who's coming through. Wado who's looking to establish herself with Olympic experience, VNL experience. So to go down is no disgrace, but they've got to learn the lessons that are being handed out at the moment. Beautifully played. Seki, has she got the impossible job in volleyball? I don't mean playing for Japan. She's working at Caniliano behind Joanna Boas. What a great teacher.
Well, here's the thing. She's distributing the ball so well right now.
Which is why Caniliano and Daniele Santarelli would have signed her.
Well, I know the Dutch are known for their dams, and Dam Brink just opened the floodgates because that was a rocket there.
Very impressive. 5-all. Can they last the pace? They dropped off in set 1. Ooh, good switch of direction then. Beautifully played.
Ooh.
Dam Brink knew what she wanted to do. Could she get there in time?
Well, that's a tough play. She gets the pancake. Watch this. Her hand's going to get underneath this ball. But it's tight to the net, and the blockers just can't quite figure out who's going to take it. It was a tough second contact to make.
Okay.
Nice slide. But as ever, Japan seem to have the answers. There's Shimamura on the slide as well. Rensink tries to keep it up, but it's not good enough.
Shimamura, no block whatsoever. Look at this, she's got the whole court to play with. I'm impressed that Rensink, the libero for the Dutch, even got a hand on it. Chicken wings it up.
That's a scramble and a half. It's another ace. Yoshino, second of the match. And here come Japan accelerating.
Second ace of the match, but first of the set. The Dutch have actually been really good at serve receive. That's the first error that they have made. It's okay to let that one go, but Koch right now, she needs to just take away a bit more of that line, get her body around the ball, and pass it up.
Ferrati then from Yoshino, and then Dam Brink seemed to be reaching for that, couldn't get the pipers where she wanted it. Switching play, the block is there. So too is Wada. Oh, what a great connection. Yet Koch.
I love that Koch went all for it on this attack. Okay, first of all, great coverage on both sides. Koch's way off the net, but that doesn't prevent her from taking a deep swing, and it scores, and that power is what the Dutch need to bring to this set.
She's on serve now. Fast, furious, effective.
Yeah, Ishikawa saw what Koch did and said, oh, I'm going to show you back. I've got a little power to my swing. That's that aggressive look Akbash wants Japan to bring for this quadrennial.
That's what she wanted to do a few moments ago.
Yeah, right now Koch's really found her rhythm, and you can see Von Allen is distributing her the ball no matter where it is. She's giving it to her in the back row of the pipe. She's giving it to her in the front row, off of the net. And when you find a hitter that's on, you don't go away from them.
Six points then to Dam Brink. Oh, Wada, how did she wrap her right hand around that? What control and power.
Some kind of an illusion, but this is what Wada does. Watch the angle that she's coming in with, but you're right. She just turns her wrist at the very last second. Very deceptive.
Well, Rabbi Koch got there now. It's got to go over. Free ball. Wada. Seki looking to Wada again. Just give me the ball. As you say, she's hot. Just give it her.
Well, this is where Japan's organization is shining, because throughout this whole rally, the Dutch could never get settled. They give up the free ball. They're trying to just get a block together, but they're a big seam, and Wada takes it like a target.
Plays the ball precise, okay? Defense, don't enter. Let's stay on the sideline. If they put the ball in the middle of the court, it's a point. But if they go long, especially with Wada on the sideline, we have a chance to defend that ball, okay? Ishikawa on the quick ball and four. You step inside, you stay on the short court. If she get a high ball, you come for defense, you go long. Okay, let's do the things right. Come on, guys. Let's go.
So Kozlowski is coaching the Dutch to stay perimeter on defense. So when you look at the court and you see the lines, he wants the team to be really tight on those lines, because Japan likes to attack it deep. He's saying, if they score in the middle of the court, let it go. We're going to give them that point. We need to take the deeper attacks.
Crowd loving it. Great participation. And watching a great exhibition by the Japanese and the Netherlands trying to find a way back. 4 points in arrears, and that's gone long. Ooh, it's just a little touch off the block at the net. Here is Voss.
Yeah, Voss might have been saying a little prayer on this one, just to see if it lands, because it lands out, but there was a touch, as you mentioned.
There's a volleyball in Belgium. Goes again. Oh, yes.
Great adjustment there, Voss. On the Japanese attack, she was deep, perimeter, just like Kozlowski asked from the team, and then she also gets the dig. Or pardon me, and also gets the attack. Tough miss, because the Netherlands did a good job of trying to get themselves back in this set. They got within 2, and then I can kind of let the wind out of your sails.
Here comes Ishikawa. Trying to propel Japan further forward. This is a great dig. And then Yoshino. And that's too strong again, cross court. And async was there, but not in the power and the defense that she needed.
Yeah, the Dutch are running such a quick offense, but Japan makes their defense look easy. They pick up everything.
A little smile from Ishikawa, because that was really ambitious. If that had come off, hats off. Interesting to see how she develops as a captain. Quiet presence, always very reliable. Incredible consistency. Nothing's getting through, is it? Everything, anywhere in the blue shirt, up. But on that occasion, didn't quite get the finish.
Yeah, Yoshino, you could tell she was trying to go off of the hand. She saw that big, tall Dutch block. She was aiming for it, just couldn't quite tick that block.
Top score in the match, though, with 8. Not bad for someone who was nervous beforehand, but she's taken to it really well. Just as her coach could have predicted, and anyone who's watched her in the SV League would know as well.
Yeah, and Seki right now, I just love the offense she's running. She's changing it up. All of the hitters right now are involved. There's Ishikawa. We see Wada get a couple balls. We see, you know, Yukiko get the balls. Everybody's getting them.
Nice. Fast middle, effective. They've somehow got to find their way back, claw their way back. That's just 2 points, and as you were saying earlier, 2-1 looks so much better, and it sounds obvious, but it gets to 3 and 4, you're in trouble. Big serve, this. sorry.
Yeah, you might have jinxed them, but it's true, though. That's the thing. The Netherlands, they keep getting themselves within 2 points and then come up with a crucial service error.
Nice pass. Danbury. And in the end, not even Yoshino and the experience of Shimamura could keep that in play and block.
Well, and the Japanese block were looking around each other to figure out where'd that ball go. Shimamura in the beginning. Okay, oh, is it to my right? Is it to my left? But they still got smiles on their faces because they are up 2 points.
More changes again from Felix Koslovsky. Kika Liklima is on, setter for Van Allen. Well met by Koch, just arms up in position 4. Oh, just too strong. So fast again, that sudden acceleration. The ball moves, gone.
Yeah, we'll get another look here at Yoshino's attack. She is high above the net there, and we heard Felix talking about that perimeter defense, but he said it's okay if they score in the middle of the court. That's one of the ones that Japan just got.
Clever. 2 blockers. Let's get off the hands.
Yeah, she definitely went down the line with that intention in mind, going for the hands. And you see she's got those 2 big blocks, a bit of a seam, but it's Koch's hands that will take the ball, and we've got a timeout being called.
Disappointing, okay, good. So, hey, watch out now. This water comes floating a lot. Anyway, first we have to survive this reception-like defense. So let's get really the body back to it. Even if you receive this ball lateral, the body follows. Take it up in the middle, and then we can open. And then we use direction. Or again, remember we put the tip short there. Okay, let's go. And if they're defending, back for block and defense, quick. The transition is fast from them. Okay, let's go.
Felix Koslovsky really has to call a timeout in this position. He's down 1 set with the Dutch. They're down 17-13 in set 2. You know, if you go down this set, it's kind of like a must-win at this point. You don't want to go down 2 sets to none against Japan. Japan second at VNL last year. You bet they want that gold. They lost to Italy in the finals.
And they didn't show the best side of Japan as well in Paris. Just 1 win. Very low-key. And that was against Kenya, with all due respect. That should have found a space, a bit of a hole instead. Kojima was there, and that's Wada put across court.
Yeah, the Dutch middle blocker Bayens, she's having to work a lot right now. Here she puts just a little tip over that's picked up by Japan, but then she had to work her way blocking back and forth in this rally as Seki just distributing the ball so well.
What a serve. Well done Racing getting there, but again, it's another special from Yoshino.
Yeah, that had power on it. Koslovsky is just watching as he can see how powerful Japan's serves are, and I think he's going to go back to the drawing board and say we need to work on our serve receive.
They're lucky to get a touch at the moment, aren't they? That's another powerful serve from Yoshino. 13-20.
These are the biggest learning lessons also from a young team, because when you get to this level, the serves are so much harder than most pro leagues in the world. I mean, maybe with the exception of the Italian league or the Brazilian league, but that's where you can see the youth coming out right now of this Dutch team.
So more changes. Hester Jaspers back on. Waiting in position 2. Oh, what a dig that was. Unbelievable.
An exceptional dig, a great pass from the Dutch, and watch this incredible attack. Picked up by Kojima, but it's just too tight, and that's where the Dutch make them pay.
Indy Bayerns patrolling the net. A rare prize point. Shimomura on the slide. It's all hands on deck at the moment, it seems, for the Netherlands. They haven't got enough people, it seems. Have they really got 6 players on court? The ball just going back. Another free ball for Japan and put away by Yoshino, just coming onto it. The court just opened up and she's into double figures.
Yeah, and Shimomura had a couple cracks at it here in the front row. But it's the back row attack there from Sato that just puts it away.
So on comes Magube Fukuzawa, 22-year-old outside hitter, making her debut for Japan. She's been a junior for a while, but here she is on the big stage, the Volleyball Nations League. Nice one. Got it contact, but it's gone straight out. But just the sense of coming onto it and delivering. Okay, the aim wasn't right, but it's what he wants to see.
Yeah, down the line. And here's the thing, it's so close. I know it doesn't seem that close with that replay, but watching it here on the court, I asked myself, okay, is that in or out?
Block touch. Oh.
So this is new for this season on the Volleyball Nations League. We now pick up the referee talking to the Bolt 6 video challenge officials. We've got a challenge. Netherlands going for a block touch.
Thank you. You can go ahead and show that.
You're shaking your head, Claire.
I am. Well,
and you did it before, just at the first replay we saw. Yep, that's gone through. There was no block touch, so one rejection for a video challenge left.
I watch for the little wiggling of the fingers, right? Because if the ball touches it, usually you get a little wiggle. On occasion, I remember the ball would touch my fingernail. That sometimes can go undetected.
Ow.
Clip your nails before you play.
So, Fukuzawa, once more. That was straight out from Iris Voss.
I think that we need a bit more urgency out of the Dutch team right now. They need a side out. They need to go attack a ball. They can't make an error like that where it's just out. They need to put pressure on this Japanese defense.
They're getting blown away at the moment, aren't they? They just don't seem to have an answer. And they power through. And there again, you see it's gone straight over free ball. So Wada puts it through. 2 players go for it, Racing and Jasper. And it's another 10 set points.
And I was cringing a little bit because the touches from the Dutch, I felt like Liedema had a double touch there. Nobody called it, they let them play.
So what a substitution by Ferhat Akbas. Fukuzawa's come on. Ooh, done it again. But they're in a position of strength once more. 9 points clear.
If I go back to serve and the score is this, I am testing out serves because I know, okay, we've got the pressure of a match. We've got 8 more points, 9 more points. So I'm going to give a serve that maybe I don't try in competition to go.
Indy Bynes, can she keep the Netherlands in this second set? Well, she served, but Ishikawa, Captain Ishikawa, rose, put the ball to the ground. It's 25-15, and it's 2-0 in favour of Japan, the world ranked number 7. Set 3, with the Netherlands looking to avoid a whitewash. Well up by Seki. Ishikawa measured it. Racing keeps it in play. Voss has to steady herself. It wasn't the best set. And here comes Yoshino. And that's good enough. The pipe where she wanted.
And the message also from Kozlowski was clear. We need to get the ball up to the setter. Well, they did a pretty good job of it in this first one. I mean, that attack, too powerful for the Dutch, but a good rally to start things off.
Go. Takes it off the net. It's all going Japan's way at the moment. Yoshino just stands tall, pops it up. Racing. Wonderful dig. Still, they can't get it down, and that's the problem. Ishikawa off the hands, engineered perfectly.
Yeah, and the defense in the backcourt, especially by Yoshino. She's in position 6 for the Japanese, and she's reading everything perfectly. And it's Ishikawa that finishes the job, but I love sometimes just watching one player on Japan's defense. Watch the way they work around the block and watch the attackers.
It is fascinating. Watch just one player for a point or two, just to see where they go. Don't follow the ball. And that's another ace serve, and Seki will take the credit for that. And Japan on a bit of a move already. 3 points to the good.
You can see how fast Seki's getting back to serve too. She knows she's in a rhythm. She knows that the Dutch aren't comfortable in their position.
Nice Ferrati. Not the greatest pass either. Dambrink in position 4 is off the nets, and the ball's long, and the points just keep racking up for Japan.
Now, the Dutch are spending a little extra time in that huddle because right now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the set, they need to just find a way out of this adversity that they are facing.
Seki again playing on position 4. Oh, Dambrink goes clever.
And they get out of it. And sometimes it doesn't need to be a big, powerful attack. It just needs to be well placed. Took them probably longer than what they were expecting to get out of that rotation.
It is Foss, outside hitter. Lovely pass forward. More power from Airi, but the block was there. And Struck and Koch were there, but not good enough.
Well, they got the block on the first play. They're trying to close this one, and that's just a really smart play from Ishikawa down the line off of the hands. And that was something else that Akbash said. The Dutch are tall, use those hands.
Nice pickup. Frustration growing for Dambrink, I'm sure. Gets the chances that, but somehow there's always a Japanese hand or in the way.
Well, Kojima, the libero for Japan, just made the easiest looking dig. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet for a second.
Well, Japan going for a block touch. That's their challenge. Akbash straight away, the coach.
Yeah, no, if we don't get the replay, I just want to talk about Kojima's dig down the line because there was no block. She's facing a huge Dutch blocker. And oh, we talk about the wiggle of the finger. That pinky is moving a lot. So Yoshino is going to be credited with the kill. Great call to challenge that. But it all started with Kojima. She's going to be the unsung hero of this rally who makes this perfect dig down the line.
And are we surprised with a Japanese libero being the unsung hero? They
not
are
at all. Like, she was on the VNL Dream Team as the libero last year.
Kobata, Fukudome, all through history. Some sensational diggers, receivers in that different coloured jersey.
Well, this one, Koch finds a big hole down the line, right over top of the block. You see a replay of it right here. Just too much line left by the Japanese blockers.
Exactly as the coach requested. Exactly what Wada wanted. High off the hands. Next, please.
What impresses me, Jonathan, is how Japan is just so smooth and they're so automatic in their actions.
You knew that was coming. That could not have been better placed for Yoshino if she'd requested it. Exactly in position A.
There's a reason we call it a party ball, and Yoshino definitely started this party. Look at that, no block, and pounds it down in the middle of the court. Akbash loves it.
Just keep the rhythm. Now Dambrink cannot score what she can do. Okay, so the last block that go from Wada right side was fine. Next time we'll be blocking. Open the line, no problem, okay? Serve pressure, serve pressure.
Well, one thing I heard Akbash say, because I know we got both of the mics on that one, was Dambrink cannot score. And I think that right now she's struggling a little bit, and they'll probably put some emphasis, watch the Japanese serve, to possibly just put some pressure on those players that are struggling right now.
It's what we said. Dambrink earlier on was absolutely hot and has just been silent, shut down, and this is what happens. He's going again. Now that's more like it's exactly what she wanted, and that's what needs to come for the Netherlands, because otherwise they're out with a washing, aren't they?
Well, I don't know if Danbrink heard what Akbash was saying about her, because he's definitely proven them wrong, and that was a beautiful cross-court attack.
She needs many more, and the Netherlands need to find her many more times in this third set. A little bit of tension creeping in there. That's a sense, I've got to get this in. We've got to challenge them.
Well, when you look just up at the scoreboard and you know that you're in a hole, you have to put some kind of pressure on.
Lovely pass. Bynes swings through, but here's a challenge for Yoshino. Too long. It's her first misstep in the whole match, as I recall. Everything else has worked like a dream. And what a dream debut in the VNL.
Well, to have just one error so far in the third set of a match, I'll take that any day.
Lovely pass. Wonderful reception by Ishikawa. Indy Bynes trying to play the Juliet Lohaus.
Yeah, and Bynes had a nice attack in the rally previous to this one. She gets the kill here as she uses the block and it goes out. And she's just been a solid option for Van Allen in the front row. She hardly lifts her left hand on the step attack, which I find very interesting for a middle blocker.
Just too long. Just mentioning Juliet Lohaus, she's been playing in Japan, but she wanted the year off. It is now a relentless demand, a schedule for the players, the top players playing for their clubs at high levels in Italy or Brazil or Poland or Japan. And then there's a really long international schedule, VNL, and then the World Championships. Great if you love volleyball, but the players can often feel the pace. Lovely switch of play, wonderful. From right to left to Ishikawa, cross-court, bang, another point.
Yeah, Ishikawa captaining Japan. Serena Koga retired. Very different look in terms of leadership. And Akbash was just mentioning Koga was not just a leader in terms of her play, but her mind too. So that's a big gap for Japan to construct this season.
Kojima there again. Likewise, Ishikawa, beautiful disguise, and somehow kept up by Foss. That's experience. Indy Bynes ready, waiting, and delivers.
Well, and she's so tall, she just didn't need to commit so much on Seki's setting. We're going to see a challenge for Japanese, or for if the ball touched the floor when they got that ball up, but listen in.
So was there a floor touch to keep that ball in play?
They're even looking at the floor. I think sometimes, because the players are obviously working really hard and they're sweating, sometimes the ball gets sweaty, so when the ball hits the ground, if it's fresh enough, you can go look at the ground and see if the ball mark's there. Now, if you got your hand under it, there shouldn't be a ball mark, but if there's any indication that there's a ball mark on the floor, you didn't.
What do we reckon?
I don't know. I think some of it might have contacted the floor.
There is a floor touch because Japan have been awarded a point, 12-5. So Iris Voss got down, but not quick enough. And another well-judged video challenge by the Japanese. Nice disguise by Bynes, but guess what? Japan have the answer, and then they have the point.
Once again, so automatic. Ishikawa is one of those players that you die to have on a team because of how consistent she is up at the net, out of system, in system, no matter what. Reliable.
Ooh, that was going to be a really cheeky, clever serve. Just a float creeping over the net, and if she could have got a touch off the net.
So Stutz back into the front row now for the Dutch as we see Bynes go serve. So watch the fact that there's no libero now on the court for the Dutch.
You could see it coming. That's exactly where Wilder wanted it. It's exactly how they would have practiced. And the ball is dispatched with interest. 14-6. Opening up the court quite beautifully. Now this is interesting. Shimomura, look at the angle she's taking for serve. And that's where she started, where the ball finishes up.
Well, and that was a great pass from the Dutch. Perfect side out. Pass goes right up to Von Allen, and again, something they've struggled with. Jasper, she's just frustrated on that one because she was in the right position. She knew she could have got that ball controlled enough, but that's a learning lesson once again on defense.
We need two Jaspers, not just Hester, but also Malik, but she's also injured too. Another problem for Felix Kostlowski to negotiate.
And right now, the Japanese just coasting in this match, making things look easy. But look at the precision of this serve, right to the line. A very hard pass for Bosch to make.
Van Allen looks one way and then puts it another and finds Dan Brink, who then just dispatches.
She's really impressive given the fact that she's 21 years of age. This is a young Dutch squad. We've focused on that a lot. They've got a promising future ahead. Dan Brink, of course, one of the players that was at the Paris Olympics. The Netherlands, the last team to qualify for those Olympics.
Don't mention that in this city.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
You'll know that.
Canada,
and if you're wondering why that is a reference, Canada were the team to suffer. Head-to-head they were in June last year to qualify for Paris, starting in July, and they lost in straight sets. Guess which match Ottawa is looking forward to the most coming up here in the VNL. You got it. Canada versus the Netherlands. Next matchup, actually, for the Netherlands. So they'll be licking their wounds here, and then Operation Revenge, I think it's fair to say.
Yes.
For the Maple Volleys.
Accurate depiction.
Yep, I thought so. Nice serve reception. Had to get down fast and put away by Jetkop.
Of course, both of these teams were at the Olympics in Paris, and for the Dutch, they didn't win a single game. Something they were disappointed about, something that their captain, Daldrup, mentioned yesterday in the press conference. And you said the Japanese disappointed too, with just that single win. Both of them wanting to improve in this quadrennial.
Well, it was like they'd run out of steam, according to Coach Kostlowski. Nicely put away by Yoshino to get through the emotion. We just mentioned that match. 3 sets when Canada had the chance to come back. And by the time they got to Paris, they were exhausted. And then, as I said, they led Turkey 2 sets up. They had match points, didn't close it out. And then it was horrible to watch the great if you're a Turkey supporter. Another ace there. They're just coming off the reel now. But to see the Netherlands team just implode, the belief drained, and you thought you're not going to win any more matches now because that's taken it away. If they'd won that, it could have been a hugely different tournament for them.
Irie did a great job there on the service line. I know she just missed that one, but she had a lot of pressure. She served an ace before that. And when you go back and look at the footage, if you're Akbash, you're going to be really just very happy with how your team has served in this match. I don't think that's an area that they're going to need much construction on right now.
Interesting to see they got Serbia next. They're a very young team. And even the coach isn't here. Zoran Terzic, who's returned to Serbia. Then they play Canada and then the Dominican Republic. Final matches in this week in Ottawa, the first week of the VNL competition. Shimomura unloads, and off the hands, that'll do very nicely. 10 points the margin that they hold over their orange opponents.
No doubt in anybody's mind there on the Japanese squad that ball was going to be going out. And this is a great opportunity for Liklema to lead this Dutch offense. Just see a different setter in there. Britt Bongart's, of course, not here either. That was really good execution from the Dutch. They get the pass up there. Liklema is able to dish it out. Bayens does a nice job of just providing her with a big open arm there as an option in the middle.
Good block. Irons. That's very close to the net. Oh, brilliantly played. Outstanding. Liekema. What a lovely touch. Or was that Van der Vos? Van der Vos. Wonderful touch, going so close to the net.
And here's the thing, the Dutch celebrated earlier in this rally thinking they had already won it. And Van der Vos running in there, not very many options, just tips it over to position 2.
A celebration dance for an ace by Jetkok. Your first ace in the VNL.
Superb serve.
Another good serve, really power. Kojima did well to keep that up.
Where was this serving earlier in this match from the Dutch? Kok has come in. She was substituted into the game earlier in the second set, and she's done a fantastic job on the service line, putting a lot of pressure. The Japanese have made a couple of unforced errors, uncharacteristic.
Dutch Cup winner last season for Dynamo. Junior for the last 6 years. So she's been known about for a while, and this is a big stage on which to show what she can do. Oh my word, that's a big hit from Yoshino.
I love the unison in the cheering on the bench, and that's a great way to just stay engaged when you're not actually playing in the match. Always want to see players just, you know, having fun on the bench, keeping that energy light.
Well, there should be no stress with this scoreline. 2 sets to the good, 21-14 in set 3. Good block, but the hands were there, but Wada had worked out, if I get the angle just right, they're going up late and it's out.
That's one of the things that makes Wada so exceptional. Her eyes, just what she sees the opposite blockers doing, and if she should go off hands or decide to go for an angle.
The great players have time. It doesn't matter which sport it is. They'll have that extra second. And that's another ace from Yoshino. What a debut for her in the Volleyball Nations League. Serena who? Not quite. I'm only joking, but from Koga to Yoshino. Trying to make it as seamless as possible.
Well, and for most of the attendants here in the crowd today, they got the day off of school, or this is their school to watch this game. I feel like they want this game to go a little longer out of the classroom.
This has got to go over, at least it is. Good defense, but a chance now. Shimomura goes level. Oh my word, that's racing, took it in the face, and still Japanese-like defense by the Netherlands. What a great point, best of the match. Ishikawa puts it away. No, my word, she doesn't. What a dig that was. And now eventually it goes to ground. Akimoto, 18 years old, on seemingly for the coup de grace for Japan, applies the finishing touch.
The defense in this rally, the relentlessness to not give up on the ball, take note at home. And Akimoto, her first national team experience here today.
He rates her very, very highly. You saw for her backlash there on the replay. Great future, he says. Only 18. This is match points. Oh, and one is saved. Well played by Iris Vos.
I was watching Akimoto because she was the one that got burned there to try to block, and she kind of, you know, gave herself a little look after. Oh no, I shouldn't have committed to the middle block because I left Bosch all alone. It's a learning experience for everybody.
One side that'll do it though for Japan, the team in blue. Captain can't lay it. It's a good hit. That's going to be too much of a scramble for Yoshino. And that's another good hit from Nicole van der Vos.
Well, the set from Liekema was really quick out to her. I'm so impressed by the chemistry between these two players. Just didn't give her much time to even think. She just went out there and swung hard.
You won't be surprised to know that they both play at Aachen together in the German league. Well up. But Wada still can't get it down. Shimomura. And Ishikawa applies the finishing touch, and the captain, on her first appearance in the role, claims victory for Japan, 25-16. They've swept the Netherlands in 3. It's been a great start for the new coach, Ferhat Akbas. It's been a great resumption for Ishikawa.